Bell. Good afternoon and welcome, everybody. I'm Joe Goralka, President of Oakland Rotary number 3. Hi, Kristi. Thank you so much for joining us. Let me help you. Thank you so much. So as I said, I'm Joe Goralka, President of Oakland Rotary number 3. I'm a retired CPA and CFO from East Bay Restaurant Supply, but you can call me Coach Joe. Oakland Rotary was formed in 1909. Now, 116 years later, we are the third oldest Rotary Club among more than 45,000 Rotary clubs and 1.2 million Rotarians in over 200 countries. We have local and global impact. At Oakland Rotary number 3, we gather as business and community leaders to exchange ideas, enjoy fellowship, and take action to address needs in the world and in our community of Oakland. And of course, have some fun too, is all you're doing today. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here in person or online. Do we have many people online? Welcome for all the, I see Linda Chu's online. Okay. So last week we were on a road trip. We were at the Cathedral Event Center. And I have to say it was fairly an exciting event, but it is awful nice to be home and back in our ballroom. So this week we have a meeting sponsor. So you might ask, what is a meeting sponsor? Well, for $300, you can promote your business or event to the entire club of 200 plus local business leaders, both in person and in our newsletter, The Live Oak. This to me is probably the best promotional deal out there. You can't get much better value for $300. Our sponsor, meeting sponsor, is our own Isaac Koss Reed, president of, yes, president of the Koss Reed Group, an Oakland-based public affairs firm. Isaac, you want to give us your thought for the day? Oh, your meeting sponsor.
Yeah, perhaps somewhere in there is a thought for the day. We'll see. Good afternoon, fellow Rotarians. It is really an honor for my firm, Koss Reed Group, to sponsor this meeting. I have to agree. I think it's a wonderful value, and I encourage you and your businesses to also sponsor our future meetings so we can support the club together. Koss Reed Group, or KRG for short, is a public affairs firm based here in Oakland. I founded KRG in 2014 after serving for 3 years actually at the Port of Oakland and 2 years with the Port of Los Angeles and 8 years as the state and federal lobbyist for many cities and nonprofits in our region, including Oakland, Emeryville, the Chabot Space and Science Center, Oakland Museum of California, and so many more. I really had an honor of being deeply involved in this region for over 20 years. We seek to represent organizations that we think of as civic-minded, that recognize the interconnections and balances between the community and government, between business and all the different forces in our society. We seek to achieve win-win solutions, double and triple bottom line results that benefit both our clients as well as the community. We focus on securing what we call results that matter, things like funding, project approvals, good coverage in the newspapers, and community support for better public policies. I don't know if there are slides. We did prepare some slides. I don't know if they're having a chance to run. Oh, they're rotating. Okay, what's that? Oh, you have a movie for me. Okay, well, we can rock and roll with the movie in the background. Some of the slides will tell you about those results that we've been able to achieve for our clients, such as affordable housing accelerated through project approvals and funding here in Oakland, community funding billboards that produce more revenue for the city and community than any similar agreements in history, high quality public charter schools that are renewed so they can continue to serve students and families in our community. And it's really part of our firm's DNA to give back, donating time, talent, and treasure to numerous organizations, including this club. I've been a member since 2018 and honestly a fan since I first discovered the whole concept of Rotary. It's inspiring every day, and every Thursday that I get to come here and be with you all keeps me grounded in this community and in the idea of giving back through service. I'm now in my second year as a board member and fourth time serving as PR committee chair. So excited to be serving under Coach Joe, President Joe. It's really honored to step up and serve under you. And with the help of Cynthia Leone on my team, who's joined us today, thank you, Cynthia, for being here. We're going to be leading a robust and successful year on the PR front. So telling the stories that you all make possible, honestly, whether it's, the World Service Committee, the local service committee, the grants committee, the volunteering that you all do in society is what we have the honor then of communicating out through the PR committee. It's also just been an honor to work with many of you over the years. So thank you for your partnership. I see so many friends and clients and partners in the room. And if I can ever be of any service to you or your organizations in the future, please reach out. Thank you so much.
Isaac's a little taller than I am in many ways than one. I was thinking your firm seems to be such a top-notch firm. We should hire you to do some work around here. Oh, we have. Isaac's doing a fabulous job with our communications and social media committee. Oh. Actually, we'll do that. We'll jump ahead. I'm sorry. So let's please welcome Alita Scola, owner of a picture frame and restoration business, Galleria Scola. She also frames our club certificates, and I really appreciate all she does for us. Alita, could you give us a thought for the day?
President Joe, fellow Rotarians, thank you for the opportunity to speak to you. Buona festa. Today is the feast of Ferragosto, which means Festival of August. Tomorrow it starts in Italy. It's a public holiday dating back to 31 BC, when introduced by the Emperor Augustus to celebrate the end of a war. Just think of how many holidays we could have. If you've ever traveled to Italy in August, you may have been in for a surprise. The towns are closed, the residents go to the mountains and go to the beach in order to celebrate. The holiday was later adopted by the imaginative Roman Catholics, celebrating the Assumption of the Blessed Virgin Mary into the heavens, body and soul. The thought for today is, if you need a reason to take a day off tomorrow, here it is. Celebrate and enjoy life. Buona Ferragosto.
Alita, thank you for the lovely thought for the day, keeping with our international theme. So now I'd like to introduce all the visiting Rotarians and guests. If there's any visiting Rotarians in the room, would you please stand? And we'll get a mic to you. And I'm going to introduce this first visiting Rotarian here if I can. This is Martha Gorelka. She's president of the Delta Antioch Rotary Club. She happens to be my better half as well. Martha, thank you for joining us. Marlon?
I think I have two guests. One is Kevin Smith. Would you stand, Kevin? Oh, there you are. Kevin Smith is one, and the other one is Donna Lacey. Would you stand, please? Both of them are with the Love Life Center. They do scholarships for our young kids who are trying to go to college. They do have some brochures in the back if you choose to look at them. But Kevin and Donna Lacey, they're also members of a group called Brother to Brother, which we meet every Tuesday night. So welcome to Rotary.
David Stein?
President Joe, fellow Rotarians and guests, I'm David Stein attorney with Donahue Fitzgerald. It's my pleasure today to introduce David Morgan. David is retired. He used to run a software company with pharmaceuticals, also an accountant. So please welcome. And he's going to be playing with us in the golf tournament on August 25th. Yay. So that's great. Please welcome David.
Welcome. CJ.
Thank you, President Joe. CJ Hirschfield, happily retired. It's such a great pleasure for me to introduce my longtime friend from New York City, Betty Cohen, who formerly ran the Cartoon Network and Lifetime. Welcome, Betty.
Looks like CJ wants to ring the bell.
I would like to ring the bell to, as of next month, 50 years of friendship with Betty. And we met in college, and since you never get to hear this often enough, I would like to say, go Cardinal.
Just so you know, ringing the bell is a generous $100 donation to the Oakland Rotary Endowment, which funds our service project. I'm gonna go to John in the back and then we'll
Yes,
come to Barbara.
yeah,
Go ahead,
Jo-
John.
Yeah, I'm John Clausen, retired brewer manufacturer, and my guest today is Ryan Lavery from Forward Air, who's a local drayer at to the Port of Oakland.
Kimberly? Oh, sorry, Barbara. My apologies. Please, Barbara.
Barbara Beery, retired attorney CPA. I am very happy to introduce again Bill Swartz, who has submitted his application for membership. And he's interested in heading up the speech contest. Okay.
Kimberly, go ahead, Kimberly.
Kimberly, sorry.
Oh, wow, back and forth. Wasn't sure. Kimberly Miller, CEO of Charles Fairland, a person who's looking forward to retirement someday. I am introducing a guest and a person with a membership in process to Rotary. Kira Pasco, she's the development director of Oakland Parks and Rec Foundation. Please welcome her.
Welcome, welcome. Preston?
Good afternoon, everybody. Preston Pinckney, founder of the Pinckney Foundation and Primetime Golf. I want to introduce Sigori. She's my son's girlfriend. And she's also an executive assistant. And so I just want to introduce her to the Rotary family. She just moved here to Oakland.
Are there any other guests out there? Our meeting sponsor, Isaac Koss Reed with the Koss Reed Group, has 3 guests. Let's let him introduce them.
I'm gonna assume it's you people.
Thank you so much. Joe, if you could stand, Cynthia, Travis, and Rodolfo. Cynthia Leon is my public affairs communications manager, and she is the one who, when you see posts go up on social media and videos and whatnot from Rotary, this is the person who's putting those together, and I wanted to recognize her and welcome her. And then Travis Duncan and Rodolfo Vaquerizo are from a company called DECA, which is a real estate investment firm based here in the Bay Area that is very excited about all the things going on in Oakland and looking to learn about the amazing Port of Oakland.
Welcome, guys. Thank you, Isaac. I'd actually like to ring the bell. One of the things I wanted to do is bring back a practice of when you do business with other Rotarians, encourage people to do business with other Rotarians. And one way you can thank them is by ringing the bell. I'd like to ring the bell for Cynthia Leon. We're doing some work together and I much appreciate all your help. Thank you, Cynthia. So now I get to do one of the funnest things as president of this club, and that's to induct a new member. His sponsor is our own past president, Mary Jiang. Mary Jiang is a CPA and enrolled agent with her own firm. Mary and Alex, you want to come on up over here? Mary, I want to thank you with a 408 test coin. I really appreciate you sponsoring a new member. And if you would give us some, introduce us to our newest member, I'd appreciate it.
Good afternoon. I'm past president Mary Jiang. I'm happy to induct Alex Garcia as our newest member. Alex is the district executive for the Alameda Area District of Scouting America, which is Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. And he oversees scouting programs in Oakland and other cities in Alameda. His supervisor, when he came to this position, recommended that Alex check out Rotary. And he took his own initiative to attend a Rotary meeting about 2 months ago. So I invited Alex to sit at my table and I volunteered to be a sponsor if he was interested in joining. Yeah, he submitted his application the following week. Two interesting facts about Alex. During his senior year in high school, Alex's goal on the track team was to beat his track coach 1600 meter time frame of 4 minutes 52 seconds, which Alex achieved in his final race on the season with a personal record of 4 minute 51.7 seconds. Talking about close. And then outside of work, he's a workaholic. Alex is also passionate about endurance training and has successfully climbed Cloud Ripper in the Eastern Sierras and Mount Silliman in Sequoia National Park. Mark Rosen, you might want to bring him into the adventure committee. Let's all give Alex a warm welcome. Oh, it's for you. Oh.
Alex, I'd like to present you with your Rotary pin. Wear it proudly. It's recognized worldwide. You now have 250 new friends and business acquaintances here in Oakland and 1.2 million worldwide. So I want to introduce you all to our new superstar, Alex Garcia. Alex, I also have a four-way test plaque here and some information on Rotary. And welcome to the team. Right? You know, the city of Oakland has a sister city in Fukuoka, Japan. And we have a sister Rotary Club in Fukuoka, Japan as well. As part of that relationship, we have had a student ambassador exchange program since 1979, a 47-year tradition. This is a language and cultural immersion program, and we are very fortunate to have this year's ambassadors with us. First, I'm going to introduce you to, and Sakara, you want to wander up this way? And Samantha as well. I want to introduce you to Sakara Nakawa. She just arrived on Sunday after very late after a weather delay in Tokyo of almost 12 hours. She was selected by an eloquent, their 2004 eloquence speaking contest. This year they did it in a written form. Sakura loves baseball and she loves Cal. Sakura, can you tell us a few words?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sakura Nakao, and I'm exchange student from Fukuoka City. Dear members of Oakland Rotary Club, thank you very much for your tremendous support and cooperation. Thanks to you, I'm able to have many valuable experiences that I wouldn't normally have had. There is no other opportunity where I can study with such full support. Joe, in particular, drive late into the night yesterday and day before yesterday to show us various things. I'm full with gratitude for his kind actions. Thank you very much, Joe. Over the past 3 days, I have visited Redwood Park and the universities of California, Berkeley, San Francisco, and experiencing many things. Through these experiences, I have noticed many differences between Japan and the United States, and I have also been able to learn about social issues in the United States. There are three things three reasons why I apply for this exchange program. The first is to improve my English skill. The second is to make friends around the world. And the third is to develop a global perspective. To achieve these goals, I'm actively challenging myself engage in conversation with the people I met. Additionally, to develop a global perspective, I aim to learn about issues such as economic disparities and racial discrimination. Um, and I have developed a new dream. It is to become a person who, like Rotarians, work hard to give back to their community and participate in world peace. To achieve this, I must strive to grow more than others. Therefore, as the first step, I want to learn a lot of new things and grow significantly through this Rotary Exchange program. As a this year is 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. I hope that both the US and Japan can continue having peaceful relations. And also I hope we can achieve world peace. I will fulfill my dream of helping people suffering from hunger, developing countries, and conflict areas, and contribute to world peace. I will continue to grow significantly, never forgetting and gratitude to everyone. Thank you thank you very much. I have a sorry. I have a gift from Fukuoka Rotary and Fukuoka Rotary West, so I'll give him.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Samantha, you want to wander up? Sakara, I'm going to give you a four-way test pin, and then in a little bit, we'll exchange some banners. If it's okay. So just wait up here. Now I want you to introduce you to Samantha Taniguchi, who visited Fukuoka in mid-July. In Japan, she ate rice cake every day because she doesn't love fish and learned what hot really, really is. Samantha is a high school senior now, a junior when we selected her, and she's a lifeguard part-time and president of her honor society. Samantha, would you like to tell us a little bit about your trip?
Yes, please. Hi, everyone. My name is Samantha Taniguchi. I am the exchange ambassador representing Oakland. I'm very honored to be here today, and I'm very honored to have taken part in this program. When I applied, I thought it was kind of a long shot. I wasn't sure it was going to happen, and then boom, it all became very, very real. So thank you so much for making that happen. My goal for this exchange program was to improve my English language, or not English, well, my Japanese language skills, which I still talk like a preschooler, but a very eloquent preschooler. I'm very thankful. I do feel like I have improved so much. So thank you for sending me and for supporting Rotary. I also got to learn more about Rotary, and when I applied, I had no idea what this was, but I'm very impressed by everything that you all do, the community service, and the connections that you form. So I was also very pleased to learn about that. My experience in Japan was incredible. The people there were so, so nice. And the country was very clean, and the culture was so interesting to learn about. I traveled to many places, and I'm very thankful to all the Rotarians in Fukuoka that hosted me. If y'all like food, the food was very, very good. I definitely recommend, and the shopping. I think that Rotary is an excellent program. I'm so happy to have learned about it. I'm happy to have been a part of this program, and Fukuoka was lovely, and Oakland, I hope to show Sakura around. Thank you so much.
Samantha, I have a four-way test code for you as well. And I have something special for the two of you. Sakura and Samantha, in recognition of your service above self efforts as ambassadors of Oakland Rotary to Japan, promoting goodwill, friendship, and peace among nations, I present you with a Rotary on the Run medal. And Sakara, here's one of our banners to take home.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Should have brought it.
We can do it later. Thank you very much. You know, August, it's time to celebrate August birthdays. And I think we have a couple people, at least one I saw, who it's their birthday today as well. CJ, it's your birthday? Is Rochelle out there? Well, it's Rochelle's birthday, but it's CJ as well. CJ, in place of the hat, which we misplaced momentarily, we have a scarf. Can we all sing? You want to wander up and give this to CJ? And let's sing happy birthday to CJ and all our August Rotarians. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Now I'd like to call up past president Dudley Thompson, owner and manager of Professional Feet Graphics. He's restarted a golf tournament that he's going to tell you a bit about. Well, you need help?
Thank you, President Joe. Yeah, you kind of gave it away. I was going to ask, do you know what I'm going to talk about?
I have no idea.
Oh, I'm going to talk about fellow Rotarians. The Oakland Rotary Golf Club is starting its 2025 to 2026 season. We're going to start Monday, August 25th at Chabot Golf Course. We start at 12 noon. There's a flyer on each of your tables. And I think all of you probably received an email from me a couple days ago. This is for all skill levels this season. You're welcome to join. I just sent an email to somebody. She said, all I can do is sit there and whack the ball. I said, all you have to do is keep up. Just pick up if you're having a problem, but just keep up, come out and have fun. We are going to continue the season this year at Sequoia Golf Course on October 8th. Followed that in December. People have asked for different kinds of tournaments. So we're going to try to put together something at Mission Hills. It's a smaller 9-hole golf course, and we'll probably have an 18-hole and a 9-hole option. In the spring, we'll probably go to Eureka, maybe play the North Course. We do plan, a few years ago, we did a tournament down in Monterey. We'd like to do that again this year, maybe play Old Del Monte and maybe Poppy Hills or Pacific Grove. And then we'll probably finish the year at Metropolitan and have a party there. And maybe Preston, he may have left, but we might even have an indoor if we get a little too much rain this winter. Joe, thank you. Sign up online Monday, August 25th. The email there's Preston. There's a direct link on there. Use the QR code. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. Dudley is a guy of many talents. He's our bowling coach and our golf leader. Now I'd like to bring up David Kirsten, videographer with Wide Angle Media, for a quick announcement on a very fun event that's coming up. Don't miss it.
Thank you, Coach Joe. My name is David Kirsten. I'm the chair of the Business Development Committee. I want to thank Joe for his continued commitment to business networking in the club with a fabulous BDC mixer on Wednesday, August 20th. That's next week at TNT Strength from 5 to 7 p.m. Now, this gym is owned by Rotarian Jesse Schmidt in part. And if you haven't met Jesse, he's an awesome trainer, and he really put me on a path to getting a lot stronger. We're going to have a bar with drinks and appetizers by our own entertainment committee, a live fitness demo by a professional bodybuilder and American Ninja Warrior, Verdale Benson. I think that we have a slide that might pop up there. TNT Strength is located at 5255 College Avenue. It's in Rockridge, right near the corner of College and Broadway. So come socialize with your fellow Rotarians. We'd like to encourage folks to know what business other folks do and just talk about Rotary. Bring a guest too. This is a great opportunity to bring a guest to Rotary. And it's actually part of an ongoing series that we're doing, really a commitment to doing mixers at Rotarians businesses, or rather a kind of commitment. So mark your calendars for our next BDC mixer scheduled for October 8th. That's a Wednesday at Minuteman Press in downtown Oakland by Cedric Titus. And we're going to do Oktoberfest with drinks and beer bratwurst is the plan. So hope to see you then. Thank you.
David, thank you for all you're doing. Rotary was started with a business background, so I appreciate you keeping that tradition alive. So we also have another event coming up fairly quickly. It's our picnic. Don't miss out. Tickets are selling fast. There are a lot of people already registered. It's August 28th, 5:30 p.m., Lake Tamaskill. Food, fellowship, maybe a corn toss. There'll be music. Speaking of music, the music that'll be at the picnic is also playing this Friday at Rigger's Loft. Jason Weiselman, Linda Hamilton. Oh, Linda didn't know she was at the picnic. I encourage you to go see them. But anyhow, don't miss out on the picnic. It's going to be great. Tickets are selling fast. I do want to mention quickly that it's time to pay dues. You can pay your dues today if you want. You can pay them online. The invoices went to your email address that you use on Ignite. So if you didn't find your invoice, make sure you let us know and we'll get you one. So I want to explain a little bit about what we're going to do on the speaker process. But before I do that, I want to introduce someone to you. Jason, would you stand up? This is Jason Weiselman. He's a drummer. He is the president of the Oakland Rotary Endowment. He is officially this year the Sergeant of Arms for Oakland Rotary #3. I gave him a pen. Looks like he lost it and went for a shirt. Oh, my bad. He has the pen. His job as Sergeant of Arms is to keep our meeting in control, make sure that we don't run over time, and to instill some fun. So he's the only member in this room that can say anything he wants, whenever he wants, without it costing $100. Because as you know, you're welcome to say whatever you want, whenever you want, but it's $100. So the reason I bring that up in that interest, Jason's going to help us. For our speaker today, we're going to have written questions. So on your table, you'll find some pens and you'll find a sheet. And please write your questions, get them to Jason. Jason's going to give it to my general manager, Merlin Edwards. Merlin is also going to be president next year, and Merlin will read those questions to our speaker. That way we can be more efficient and get more questions to our speaker, because we tend to let you guys ask your question and maybe it goes on a little while longer. So now I would like to bring up the president of the Koss Reed Group, an Oakland-based public affairs firm, Isaac. And Isaac, would you please introduce our speaker today?
Thanks so much, Joe. I might have to hire you to do some PR because you're really nailing that title every time. Thank you. Good afternoon once again, fellow Rotarians. I'm very excited to announce our speaker today, as she'll be talking about the economic engine of our region. Kristi McKenney was named Executive Director of the Port of Oakland on March 1st of this year, 2025. As you may recall from her recent induction into our club as well, though it bears repeating, Kristi is the first woman to serve as the Executive Director of the Port of Oakland in its 98-year history. She's also one of the most experienced in every facet of the port's diverse operations. Previously as Chief Operating Officer, a position she held since February 5th of 2020, Kristi played a crucial role in managing operations through the pandemic, one of the most challenging periods in the port's history. As COO, Kristi helped the port secure hundreds of millions of dollars in state and federal grants to promote sustainability and implement the port's zero-emission strategy, positioning the Port of Oakland at the forefront of the industry and earning global recognition. Prior to being COO, she was Assistant Director of Aviation, and her efforts to engage the community in the planning and operation of the Oakland San Francisco Bay Airport have helped our beloved OAK navigate these challenging times. A graduate of San Jose State University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Aeronautics, Kristi received her Master's of Science degree in Civil Engineering from the University of California, Berkeley. Please welcome to the podium our fellow club member, Port of Oakland Executive Director, Kristi McKenney.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. I am very pleased to be here with you. And you can go ahead and put up the slide deck and we'll work from that. Yeah, thank you so much. So today, all of you probably have a slightly different variation on knowledge about the port and what we do and how we work. Some of you I know in the room have a very in-depth knowledge over there, Commissioner Bettner. Others may just kind of think of us as the seaport. So I want to go ahead and give kind of an overview, a 101, and then an update kind of on our business as I do that. And then I'm really want to leave time for questions because that's the best way is let me answer the questions that you really have about us. Do I have the ability to advance slides or? Okay, go for it. So the first thing I want to do is just give you the high level overview. We are an independent department of the city, and that's a fairly unique creature. We are separated in the charter as Section 7 of the charter, and we have our own independent board that has fiduciary responsibility for the port. We do not receive funds from the city. We do pay taxes and other fees to the city and other pay for services, but we have to make all of the money that we spend. Our commissioners are nominated by the mayor and confirmed by the council, and after that they have a 4-year term and again have that independent responsibility for decision making. We're also a state tidelands trustee. This is a super arcane world that I won't go into in detail, but it is a very, very important legislation, historic legislation in California going back to the 1800s and many regulations and in the state constitution that govern a lot of things about what we can and can't do. And I'll get to that a little later in the talk about why that's so important. And so that's just important for you to know. The main reason, why does Oakland have a port? Why does the port control the waterfront? Why do we have a seaport, an airport? Why do we have these things? And it's really about being an economic engine and benefiting all of you, our fellow Oaklanders, the region itself, and making sure that that is as we work with the private industry who uses our infrastructure and facilities and our lands, that we're really benefiting the community. And having a public agency run that versus a private company ensures that those public benefits truly flow to the community. Oh, you've gone way ahead. Yeah, can you come back to the Port Tidelands, the next slide? Yeah. Back to the map. There we go. This is the kind of the most important takeaway probably for you is really what is the port really all about? What do we have here? So if you look over onto your sorry, I'm dyslexic with right and left. Onto your far left, you see the Bay Bridge there. We actually own property on the other side of the Bay Bridge too, that Toll Plaza Beach. But that purple area is really our seaport. So that's about 1,300 acres, all dedicated to international and domestic waterborne trade, our seaport. And of course, we have in that green space there, the Middle Harbor Shoreline Park. If you haven't been down there, it's got some of the best views in the bay. I encourage you to utilize it. And then you come closer to Jack London Square and you start to see the orange areas along the waterfront there to the right for you. And those are, we have Jack London Square, but you also see, people don't really know, we have land use control over a number of other areas kind of in that middle section of Oakland. Brooklyn Basin was also port land. We had to physically sell the land because we cannot put housing on Tidelands Trust property, but that's still our jurisdictional area. You wrap around Coast Guard Island and you'll see that Embarcadero Cove, oh, thank you. Embarcadero Cove and those areas in there where you have Homewood Suites and some of those other businesses. that is also port jurisdiction, and in many cases port property. The port doesn't own all the property that it has jurisdiction over. And then you get further down to East Oakland, and you'll see Martin Luther King Jr. Park. That is all port property. It's we give it as $1 lease to East Bay Regional Park District, and they run the park for us very well. And then you see the orange spots close to the airport. That is our airport business park. So we have jurisdiction over a lot of that land. We own some of it, but not all of it. As you get closer to the airport, we own more of it. And then, of course, we have our, well, it was just mentioned already, Metropolitan Golf Links. That's also port property. And then we have, of course, the airport. So the Oakland San Francisco Bay Airport, which is about 2,600 acres on the bay. That was originally started by the port after it was established as an agency in 1927. So I just want to give you that overview. It's a broad swath of Oakland, and we truly view ourselves as Oakland's waterfront agency. We are responsible for your enjoyment, your benefit, your use of the Oakland waterfront. Encourage you to really think about us in that fashion. Okay, Cheryl. I mentioned the Board of Port Commissioners. These are our esteemed commissioners, my bosses. And we have 2 new ones just coming in, appointed by our new mayor. A third one was reappointed by our mayor. So Derek and Alvina are going to be joining us. I just had some meetings with Derek today. I'm very excited about onboarding them and bringing them onto the port. It's always exciting to bring in new people and share the amazing things that the port does and with our community members. The only real requirement to be a commissioner is that you have to live in Oakland. So all of our commissioners and myself as well in that picture live in Oakland. Okay. I talked about the benefits, right, and that's what we're really here for. Again, we provide the infrastructure. We're basically a public infrastructure company, provide that infrastructure for other companies like airlines and shipping lines and terminal operators to do business here and create that 100,000 jobs that we have at the port, that the port produces, the $1 billion in state and local taxes, and the 7.6 billion in the personal income and local spending. These are all those big macro numbers as you look at how those dollars all get spent. But just to give you that significance, I mean, Southwest Airlines is the largest private for-profit employer in Oakland. 8,000 people come to work every day at the airport. FedEx has 2,000 employees at the airport. So these are big, meaningful companies, and their employment of Oaklanders in particular is in the 25, 26, 27% range, which is significant given that, you know, the airport's right next to San Leandro, for example, the seaport right next to other communities. So these are really meaningful, life-changing opportunities for people. And the jobs, when you think about, for example, at the airport, I just want to highlight a FedEx or a UPS or a Southwest. These are very good companies. They promote from within. Almost every senior executive that I work with when I go to headquarters at these companies started on the ground, started moving packages or started throwing bags. So these are good jobs for our community to have with a relatively low bar to entry. So I'm very proud of the place in the economy that we hold, or the ILW workers, you know, the labor out at the seaport. So these are, it's not just that they're creating jobs, it's kind of what are the kind of jobs that they're producing. Okay. So I also want to talk a little bit, because I mentioned about we have to be bringing value to the community and our local businesses such as yourselves. Hello, council member. Good to see you. So I just wanted to highlight one of those ways in which we do that to make sure that our companies and ourselves and the economic benefits we're bringing are truly sticking here in the community. And our Maritime and Aviation Project Labor Agreement is a great example of that. So this requires, we've had this, actually, we were one of the first people to have one of these PLAs going back 25 years. It has a local hiring preferences. We have apprentices. We have the workforce development and partnership requirements, and we have a small and local business utilization exemption. We also have an entire small and local business program that gives significant preference points for companies that are small, very small, and are located in either our local impact area, and then points, but fewer points if you're in the local business area, which is the larger Alameda County and Contra Costa County area. Okay. Next, I'm going to dive into each of our business lines, and there's 4 of them. I'll let you guess what they are. One of them is less well known, so we'll save that for last. The seaport is, when you say we're the Port of Oakland, right? That's the first thing people think of. They really associate it with the seaport. We are the 9th busiest port in the United States. But I will tell you, we've been higher than that in the past. So we have work to do to make sure that we continue to foster that seaport, grow that business, and grow the businesses that are associated with it here in Oakland, in the Bay Area, and in the Northern California and greater Western region. We are the 4th busiest on the West Coast at this time. We've got, of course, the country's first and second biggest ports down south, LA and Long Beach. So the West Coast is clearly dominant in the seaport industry. One fact I like to share with people is that we are the #1 refrigerated export port. And I know you all know that things are traded and shipped, but it's kind of the actual world of global trade is fascinating in terms of how things move around the world. And a significant amount of refrigerated cargo moves through Oakland. And this is from our area. California is an ag export state, as well as the Western region as a whole. And so we're moving, California supplies 80% of almonds to the world, for example. So it's a very fascinating side of the business, and we have significant infrastructure out at the seaport for cold storage facilities and transport of cold product. And it's a really exciting tour if you've never been out there. It's amazing facilities where you're at 32 degrees for fresh and minus 22 degrees for frozen. I have never been so cold in my life. I do want to emphasize something, and this became a big issue with some of the ship fees and some of the things that this current federal administration is trying to put on the country and the world. And we are a balanced port. We are 50% export, 50% import. That's what we're asking for, right? That's what the country's looking for. And many of the policies that were going to harm us, we really fought hard and were successful in many cases because we're emphasizing this point. You don't want to take away the good with whatever your other policies you're trying to do. So it's really important to know that it's not just things that are coming in that we're buying from somewhere else. It's a lot of things going out as well. Right now we've got 4 marine terminals and about that 2.26. We're actually ticking up a little bit for July. So TEUs, if you hear TEUs, that's called 20-foot equivalent units. That's basically a 20-foot container. That's the smaller one. If you see a small one on a truck that doesn't go end to end, that's the 20-footer. Most containers you see are 40-foot, so those count as 2 20-foot equivalent. Just bring you into the industry jargon for a little bit. Okay, on this, I want to next focus on the green initiatives that we have in the seaport. So, let me just hit on this. I already talked about that really because I covered that in the prior slide, but let's move on to the green initiatives. Thank you. It's very awkward looking at things that way versus another way, sorry. So this has been a huge effort, as Isaac said, in the work that, well, I'll be honest with you, I started as an environmental planner at the port. So I've been trying to achieve this for a very, very long time. And I really got the opportunity to run with it when I became COO in 2020. And I'm extremely proud of our team and the port and our board. The leadership from our board was absolutely fantastic in supporting us in this effort. And we have a tremendous amount of initiatives at the seaport. We have the world's largest heavy-duty truck fueling station. We have 30 hydrogen trucks that are demonstrating that facility and the capability of hydrogen trucks. We have a number of electric trucks as well. We have electric top picks. If you go and just drive through the seaport, if you haven't, please do. It's phenomenal, the size of this equipment, the weight that it has to carry. So turning this into zero emissions is a huge effort. We have all hybrid rubber tire gantry cranes. These are really important. These are working at the terminals every day. So for our community and reducing our air emissions, that was a really big win for us as well. So and we have many more projects in the pipeline coming with hundreds of pieces of equipment. So very excited about that. Next, Cheryl. And this just gives you the map, that map of the seaport of the 1,300 acres, and talks to you about, we have 100% shore power. All of our ships plug in. Thank you. All of our ships plug in, and that means they're not emitting when they're sitting at berth. Okay, go ahead. Next, I'm just going to touch lightly the Turning Basin project. You might have heard about this. This is our next biggest project coming up for the maritime area. And this is because those big ships keep getting bigger, and we need to make the circle they turn around in safer and a little bit bigger for them to turn around in. So that project has just been approved by the board and will be proceeding soon. Next. I'll skip the grants because I kind of went into all of those. They're very exciting. It's going to deliver hundreds of pieces of equipment. And because I've been given time, let's move on so I can hit the airport and the others. So I already talked a bit about the airport. We've got the two major cargo carriers. That's integrated cargo. 50% of the Bay Area's cargo comes through Oakland. And I will tell you that, while we have our passenger activity, it has been a challenge. Coming out of COVID has been very challenging for airports and airlines. On top of that, we have California airports have suffered a bit more because the California corridor didn't come back to full strength after COVID. That's the Northern Southern California travel. And I would also say that Southwest, of course, as you read in the papers, is going through its own transformational work, and that creates additional uncertainty and challenges for us. So we're hard at work recruiting more flights, more activity. We encourage you to fly Oak every chance you get. Just in the last couple of months, I've flown to Europe twice out of Oakland. You can do it, and I can tell you how. So I encourage you to do that. Okay, Cheryl, next. Thank you. I won't spend a lot of time on this. You've probably heard of our name change. We're Oakland San Francisco Bay. That's because Oakland's an amazing, great, wonderful city. People know it. It's famous, best food city in America, but it doesn't mean you know where it is. It doesn't mean you know, is it further south? Is it further north? People think it's in LA. So it's just to geographically identify us. So we're really pleased that that proceeded and our board approved that. And it's not for marketing here, it's for marketing elsewhere for people coming in. Next. Gonna just, the main thing we're doing out at the airport now is elevating the experience. What people want to pay for and spend money on is really experiences now. I like to joke that, when I was a kid, when we went to the airport or a ball game, we did not buy something at the concessions. But now, you've got a 25-year-old coming in buying a $7, matcha latte or something like that. So that experience, elevating it, making people feel comfortable, have the accessories and the amenities that they need is important. So we'll just flip through these to tell you, this is our new ticket counter, number one. New stores, Oakland focus, Oakland names, Oakland products. A huge kudos to our board who really pushed these concessionaires to be Oakland and rep Oakland. And so let's flip through those. I'm very excited about it. Come on out. They're really beautiful. We also have just opening our first and more to come of our 5-star hotel level restrooms. Believe it or not, restrooms are one of the most important things to people at an airport. So you really come out to Oakland, you're gonna have an elevated experience, a high-end travel experience. You may have heard about our modernization plan. This is a long-term plan, lots of work ahead, lots of enabling projects that we're working on now. It'll be years before I get to invite you out to that particular picture, but it's underway, it's approved, and we're working on it. Cheryl? Again, the airport, zero emissions at the airport. We are the top airport in the world for electrified ground support equipment. 65% of our ground support equipment is electrified. We are also have just started our new electric bus charging lot, have 5 new buses there. It's on a roll, it's all happening. Go ahead. Commercial real estate, I just wanted to show you the airport business park. We're doing planning, we're working with the city, we're working with Councilmember Houston, and we are reimagining and re-envisioning what can happen out there. Our side of the street on Hagenberger is the north side, or west side, if you will, is our side, and we're looking at what kinds, how can we stimulate green tech, green businesses, light manufacturing? What can we bring to Oakland that's new and invigorating and producing jobs and economic activity for people? Okay. The port is utility, our fourth business line. People didn't know we're an electric utility. Huge advantage. We're big electricity users at the airport and the seaport, and we buy and sell power and transmit it over the grid. And we are able to have green and renewable power at the rate that we want. We're able to do deals like with EBMUD. We buy the power from the plant out here in West Oakland and put that on the grid. And we're able to give better pricing than PG&E to our tenants. So when we tell you to go zero emissions, we can couple that with delivering the power cheaply for you to encourage you to go zero emissions. That's why Southwest converted that ground support equipment. It was cheaper than diesel. Okay. Commercial real estate, again, we talked about Jack London Square. Commercial real estate is suffering the most. This is the most challenging area. Same thing out at the airport business park. This is not just Oakland, this is not just us, but things are more challenging in Oakland in many cases. So I am leaning very hard into investing in our real estate, activating our real estate, bringing events, reimagining these spaces. And I'm working with many people in Oakland, many of you as well, and to make it successful. We have a long way to go. We have a lot of challenges to face, but for me, that's a time to lean in, not a time to lean back. Okay, Cheryl? These are just some of the folks at Jack London Square. Hopefully you visited all of them, except maybe Hotspot Yoga, which is new. Come on down. I've heard it's fabulous. I'll have to get down there. Okay. Lastly, I think I just wanted to say thank you, Rotarians, for coming out to the airport and visiting us. We love having people out. It's an amazing thing. I am an airport and seaport and transportation nerd, but I think it's amazing to be out on the airfield. And you can flip through the pictures for them, Cheryl, just so that for those of you who didn't make it, see what you missed. Yeah. Good times. And I will say this, the captain at our fire station was a Rotarian scholarship winner, by the way. And my son, by the way, was also an exchange recipient as well. So I'm glad to see the exchange program alive and well. Thank you.
Don't run off, Kristi. Thank you for peeling back the curtain. Let us see the behind the scenes at the port and all its businesses and to host us. I think we probably have time for maybe one or two quick questions. I did want to acknowledge Ken Houston, our city council with District 7. Thank you for joining us. I also feel like Sess don't run out. Sess Butner. Hey, Sess. I think I need to say there's the past president of the Port of Oakland, Sess Butner. Merlin, do we have one or two quick questions?
Yes, we do. And I just want to remind everybody, we've got lots of questions, and there are quite a few questions that's dealing with tariffs. So we only took one of the many questions that we have on tariffs. But the first question is, thank you for coming. How will the airport expansion affect the noise level for the houses in Alameda off the North Field?
Yeah, thank you for that. I have a very long and deep relationship with the community in Alameda around noise. And actually, because this is about modernizing the airport, there is not a big distinction between doing the project or not doing the project with regard to noise. The forecast was the forecast that the FAA approved. However, that doesn't mean people don't have concerns and issues around noise, as we speak, in the past, today, tomorrow. So we worked very closely with Alameda and CLAS. You may be familiar with the homeowners group out in Alameda class. So we actually went into a tolling agreement with them, which means staving off, giving them more time to come back and sue us if they wanted to later, while we had a conversation and negotiated. And we came to settlement agreement with both class and the city of Alameda, and everybody being comfortable around our programs, around noise abatement, around the improvements that we've made and are going to make and continue to make. So I feel very good about that. That's the first time that's happened for the port.
Okay, the last question is, do you,
This will have to be our last question. Would you be able to stay around a little bit and answer some? Great.
do you anticipate the new tariffs on imports from Asia? How will it impact the volume of the port and just impact the tariffs as a whole? How does it impact?
Yeah, the tariffs have been a crazy ride, right? Because there's the threat of them. We saw a surge of people buying more stuff to beat the tariffs, and then they were held off. They were just held off again this week. So the word is uncertainty, right? And uncertainty benefits some people and doesn't benefit other people, honestly. So it's a deep concern. If the levels that were talked about go in and are hard and firm, they will dramatically impact global trade with this country. By the way, other countries are just moving on without us and kind of looking at us like, maybe we don't need to do business with those people. But so that is a huge issue. However, so far, the threats have been somewhat hollow. And so the business has kind of gone a little up, gone a little down. And we certainly hope that things get resolved in a manner where there aren't these dramatic things that cause huge shocks to the system. You'd be surprised how much of your stuff comes from somewhere else and how much stuff we send somewhere else. People will learn that if they go in.
Kristi, thank you so much for sharing. Kristi, before, don't head up. Kristi, in honor of your presentation today, we're making a donation to Polio Plus. So please know that you're playing a part in ending polio in the world. It's Rotary's signature project for over 4 decades. We've reduced the reported polio cases by 99.9%. And we are today this close to ending polio. I also want to give you a Rotary 4-way test coin. The 4-way test is kind of our creed, our rule book, if you will, for how we live our personal life and conduct our business. Kristi, thank you for taking time to join us. So now's the time to ring the bell if there's any bell ringers out there. Shannon, thank you.
I'd like to ring the bell for Oakland and for Kristi, as you are one of my clients, and so I appreciate doing work for the Oakland Airport. Look for new signage.
Thank you, Shannon. Mary's already headed to the back. Is Alex back there with you? Thank you. Very good. Is Michelle Hingberg out here? Michelle? Oh, there's Michelle. Michelle is a retired former journalist and design communication director, and she's here to let us know who our speaker next week is.
Hi, everyone. I'm very excited to let you know that the Golden State Valkyries will be our subject next week, and Kimberly Beal will be the speaker. If you don't know, the Valkyries are new. They're playing their very first season in the Bay Area, and they're already drawing sellout crowds. Again, if you don't know much about them, expect to learn how the franchise was built and how they've been so successful. Their color is lavender.
Thank you, Michelle. Don't miss it. That's going to be a lot of fun. I was at the Valkyries game, a few days ago. They beat up on LA. It was a lot of fun. I want to thank Alita Scola for the thought for the day, Isaac for sponsoring our meeting. I want to thank Sakura and Samantha for being here. Mary Jiang for sponsoring the meeting, Alex Garcia for joining us, Kristi McKenney for being our great speaker today, and Michelle for introducing who our speaker will be next week. And with that, I want you to know that through Rotary, world peace will come, maybe because of our investment in student exchange ambassadors someday, and we will end polio too. Look out, Oakland Rotary's on the run. This meeting is adjourned.
Got me alone. Covered in scars, but roses are coming through the cracks. You promised me everything. You caught me up.